So that's the end of the course. I have lots of other courses. I have lots of other programs and options for you guys out there. So typically the next step for people is to work a little bit more on this alignment piece. And so if you enjoyed this workbook, if workbooks are kind of your jam, then this Alchemy and Alignment e-course is probably the next best step for you. And so you can find that on my website. It's bethbenjamin.com/earth-angel. And with this course, it's 3 steps. It's a deeper course, so you'll go through a lot more exercises than we did here. Each of the 3 steps has multiple steps to it, or sub-steps, whatever you want to call it. But each of those steps really is going to really help you hone down what alignment looks like for you, and then also how all the pieces fit together. So that's that alchemy piece. So alchemy is all about like taking a little of this and a little of that and mixing it all together and coming up with something that's greater than the sum of the pieces, right? And so finding that alignment, finding your alchemy that is right for you in your body, it's really designed, that class is really designed around decompartmentalizing your life. And so you've got mom you and sister you and book club you and life you and, you know, all these different things that we're doing, and we feel like we're always juggling and juggling and juggling, and then all of a sudden we look around and we're like, wow, I dropped a lot of balls, or I'm just exhausted and I can't keep juggling and I don't know what to do with all these balls because I got to keep juggling because I promised and I committed, and right? And so, right, this course is all about helping you find that peace, that calm, that how do I keep juggling the balls without feeling like I'm juggling balls, without feeling like I'm always juggling, or that I can't set the balls down, or that I can't say, you know what, this ball is no longer mine, or any of that. And so we touched on a little bit of that in this course. Alchemy and Alignment is much deeper. And so we go much deeper into all of those pieces. It really helps you look at the past, the present, the future of your life. And so it's not about, you know, your neighbor's life or your sister's life or your mom's life and, you know, what women are supposed to be and do, but it's about looking at your life, your actual life, and what is working for you, what's not working for you. Really looking at what are those pieces that really help you feel like you are happy and you are whole and you are in alignment and you are joyful, right? I mean, I think when was the last time we actually truly honestly felt joyful? For a lot of us, it's been a while. So, you know, what really makes your heart sing? And then the last section of that is really digging into realigning your life and the pieces of your life so that it fits and creates that alchemy that really makes you feel like all the pieces are in place and you're no longer juggling. And so it starts a little bit with that circle, right? The circle we just did in step 4. It's a little bit of that, but it's, again, goes much deeper into, now that we have all these pieces of what goes in the circle and what goes out of the circle, and it goes a little deeper into what goes in the circle and not, what do we do with all those pieces? And how do we actually, in a real life, in a real hardcore example of our reality, how do we put it into practice and make it work for us? Another option that I want to invite you guys to is working with me personally. So I am an intuitive energy healer. Like I said at the beginning, I'm also a holistic health coach. I have a background in all kinds of biology and environmental stuff and life coaching and energy work and all kinds of stuff along the spiritual, intuitive, scientific pathways. And so anything that you guys might want to work on in really any of those realms, that's what I do. All right, so the last thing I want to offer you guys is an opportunity to work with me. So this opportunity, this is called my Soul Pulse session. The link is down there at the bottom. It's bethbenjamin.com/soul-pulse. The Soul Pulse session is all about working through your energetics and really getting a handle on where you're at in life and finding the information, finding the clarity, and getting connected on a much deeper level than I think most of us are capable of doing on our own, initially anyway. And so the Soul Pulse, I kind of call it like a physical, like if you were going to go to your doctor and they were going to run a bunch of blood work and, you know, take your vitals and all of that. the soul pulse is kind of like a spiritual, energetic version of that. And so what we do is we go through and we look at all your 7 chakras. We'll look through different aspects of your life and how you're faring and where you're struggling and where you need support and, you know, what your strengths are too. And just kind of go through in a somewhat systematic way of looking at all these different pieces of your body and your life, but more from an energetic perspective. And then what is going on there? What do you need to hear? What do you need to know? What do you need to work on? How can you work on that? It's all kinds of different information comes back in those sessions that you can then use to start making some changes in your life. And so those sessions start with a chat, then I do the energy work, then we meet back together, and then I write a report about what came up in that session. You get a chance to read the report, and then we get together again, usually via phone or Skype, to chat through what are you going to do with that information. So typically it's a lot of information. Sometimes it's stuff that people don't quite understand, and so that's what that point of that last session is to that of the package. That the call is to really go through and chat through what came through in that session. What does it mean? What are you going to do with it? To strategize, you know, maybe some goals and some action steps and things that are going to help you actually do something with the information that came out of the session. So that session is healing in its own right. So there will be lots of releasing and healing that will happen through that session. But if we go back to living in the same old habits and patterns and relationships and some of that are causing an issue for us, then some of that will resurface. And so that's the point of that follow-up call, is to figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to make it stick and work for us. So there's that. And again, if you're not sure about that, if it's, if you're not sure if that's for you or energy work at all is for you, again, back at the beginning of this booklet, there was that option to sign up with me to just chat. So it's a free call. We just talk about where you're struggling, what's going on, what you need help with, and how I may or may not be able to help. I always do my best to give some sort of insights, advice, something during that session, so that it is definitely worth your time. And, there's always the opportunity to work with me further if it's in alignment for you to do so. So again, at the end, just a little bit more information about me and how to contact me, and that's it. So let me see. I don't know if you guys can see me right now or not. So I'm gonna. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still see me. And yeah. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following along on this journey. I hope you got a lot out of this book and this program. I look forward to working with you again in the future. And I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.